Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam Pangum langhayate girim Yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Namayom Vishnu Padaya Shri Gaura Priyamurtaye Srimate Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Namine Kripaya Kshamatam Aparadhi Janam Kalushayuta Shakta Sudina Naram Supathe Parichalaya Sarvadinam Pranamami cha Madhava Deva Padam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 14. Yesterday we heard Sukadeva Goswami is almost summarizing all the kinds of miseries that are there in this material world and how the living entities are undergoing various troubles. The root cause is the forgetfulness of our real self. Becoming averse to Supreme Lord, we have forgotten our real self and our actual relationship with the Supreme Lord, and we consider the material relations to be our own. Those who are dependents, even though we have relation with them, still out of fear of taking care of them, we leave them and then move on to the next generation. Yesterday we heard that the parents or some living entities, when they become extremely sick, chronic disease, or when they have some other problems, then the children will not take care of them, but they will rather develop attachment towards their children, their own children. In this manner, for taking care of their own children, they are completely lost or bewildered in extreme attachment to them. But those who are those who have taken care of them previously, their own parents or the elders or the seniors, they are neglected. So this kind of troubles are there. The Rajarshis, those who are performing big sacrifices, and those who are performing very grand activities, those who have become victorious in all the directions, even they are not able to attain Supreme Lord, because they consider that this land belongs to me, and as a result they develop their enemies, and there is constant tension at the borders because of this. So even though a person may be a king, may be performing very grand activities of fire sacrifice, etc., charity, etc., because of his misidentification that I belong to this planet or this particular land, and therefore this land belongs to me, because of this false identification, he will not be able to get peace. कर्मवल्लीम अवलंब्य तत आपदः कथंचिन् नरकाद् विमुक्तः पुनरप्येवं संसाराध्वनि वर्तमानो नरलोक सार्थम उपयाति एवमुपति गतो अपि। এই রূপে প্রাণীগণ কর্মবল্লীকে আশ্রয় করিয়া স্বর্গলোক লাভ করে এবং নরকরূপ আপদ হইতে কথঞ্চিত মুক্ত হইয়া হয় বটে, কিন্তু ক্ষীণে পুণ্যে মর্ত্যলোকম বিশন্তি, অর্থাৎ পুণ্যক্ষয় হইলে স্বর্গস্থিত পুরুষ পুনরায় মর্ত্যলোকে প্রবেশ করে। এই বাক্যানুসারে তাহাদিকেও পুনরায় মর্ত্যলোকে প্রবেশ করিতে হয়। So in this manner, living entity engaged in fruitive activities, due to the performance of some good religious or fruitive activities, one will get promoted to heavenly planets because of the performance of fruitive activities, pious activities. But Kshine punye martilokam vishanti, according to this principle, that when one's pious activities, good activities, the fruits of the good activities are finished, then one has to again fall down to this material world. As per this principle, even though a person has endeavored a lot, or performed so many pious or charity activities and has promoted himself to the higher planetary worlds, when those good activities are finished, one will have to come down again. So the meaning is that how much ever effort a living entity may put, the charity and other noble activities one may want to perform to be delivered from this world, yet that is only temporary, because he has to come down to this material world again. Tadikev punaraye martiloke pravesh korte hoy. So we have to perform those activities by which we can get out of this world permanently. Now if you try to make arrangements for a permanent visa in India, then you can stay here permanently, isn't it? You are coming for some time, okay, I want to visit India, I want to visit some holy pilgrim places, I come to India, but again visa is over, I have to go back, again get a new visa, renew it, and then come back here. So this is one process. But if you get a permanent visa to stay in India, or for those who want to stay abroad from India to earn more money, you have to get a permanent visa of that country. So in a similar manner, our going to heavenly planets is just like a temporary visa. We go to some place, we have recreation and come back. But if we want that recreation to last long or permanent, we need to have, then we need to get to another world which is beyond that, which needs a very special visa. What is that special visa? Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the visa. If we have that visa, then you are allowed. Otherwise, you are not allowed. That is the visa required. So Even if we perform all these materialistic activities, pious activities, sinful, all religious activities, everything is performed so nicely, but you will not get a permanent visa. You have to do Harinam, Mahamantra. Then we will get the abode, supreme abode, going where we never will have to come back. That place is Yad Gatva Na Nivartante Tad Dhama Paramam Mama. If you come to my place, there is no, what do you call, question of you are coming back to this material world again. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary writes, Vallim Grihitva Giri Kandarer Nyay Ati Bhayanak Rogadi Dukhe Patito Hoya Tatra Sthito Gajatulya Mrityur Bhaye Bhito Hoya वल्ली तुल्य प्राचीन कर्म अवलंबने कुरिया अवस्थान करे इत्यादि अवशिष्ट भवाटवी वर्णनाय तात्पर्यार्थ बोलते चैन कर्मवल्लीम अवलंब्य इत्यादि स्वर्गगत व्यक्तियों पुण्य खये ए रूप पुनराय संसार मार्गे प्रवेश करे. Now this is kind of the concluding verse to the comparison of the material world with the forest. In the forest, when one is fallen into a Giri Kandara Kanana, to a very, very deep, dense forest, which is like a valley, one has fallen into the valleys in the forest. There are big, big mountains. And within this valley, which is dense, there are the elephants. Elephants are compared to death. And these, valleys, that are, densely packed with the trees, they are compared to disease. When one is, affected with the disease, at that time, one sees that elephant is very close by, means death is very much nearing. The living entity, what he does at the time is, when he is falling into the deep valley, whatever little creeper or another thing that comes into his hands, he will try to, hold to it, thinking that this creeper may protect me from falling into this danger. Maybe elephant, I will be saved from the elephant if I take shelter of this creeper. But what is the strength of a creeper to hold us? Nothing. So, these creepers are compared to the karma that a living entity is performing. The living entity is performing good karmas, pious deeds, thinking that, these deeds are going to protect me. But actually, pious deeds or fruitive activities are not going to, help anyone come out of this material suffering repeatedly. And they are as feeble or as strengthless as the creepers in the forest. If you think that, you catch hold of a creeper and you'll be protected, it's not going to happen. You will be fallen into the ditch again. So the thing is that Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is telling that in the previous chapter, whatever verse it has been concluded about the forest, about taking shelter of the creepers, those creepers are nothing but karma kanda activities. Karma kanda activities are not going to help any living entity. Okay, so with that, the forest comparison is concluded, where Sukadeva Goswami has explained to Parikshit Maharaj, after being questioned by him, that please explain in more detail for the sake of less intelligent people. Tasyodam upa gayadbhi आर्षभस्येह राजर्षेर मनसाति महात्मनः नानुवर्त्मानपि नृपो मक्षिकेव गरुत्मतः. मुनिवर शुकदेव पूर्वोक्त रूप ভারতের বর্ণিত বিষয়ের ব্যাখ্যা করিয়া তাহার অনুষ্ঠিত ব্যাপার সকলের সংক্ষেপে পরিচয় দেওয়ার জন্য মহারাজ পরীক্ষিতকে বলিয়াছিলেন. So after Sukadeva Goswami has explained in little more detail about the subject that Bharat had explained to Rahugana, Sukadeva Goswami is now concluding in brief about the holy life of King Bharat. If we remember, we started our, the narration from in Srimad Bhagavatam with King Bharat's story. King Bharat was a very, very powerful king, one of the sons of Rishabhadev. Out of the 100 sons, King Bharat is the eldest one, and he is the one who ruled this planet, and therefore this became Bharata Varsha. Previously this was Ajanabha Varsha, and later it became Bharata Varsha, because he ruled everyone so nicely. Everyone was satisfied during his rule. And later he gave the kingdom in the hands of his son. He entered into forest. That which is very difficult to give up. Beautiful wife, children, comfortable life, and kingdom, property, citizens, followers, fame, very, very difficult to give up. But King Bharat had given up all of them, and he had come to, he had entered into the forest with the motivation to perform Hari Bhajan. Later he was, contemplating on a deer at the time of death, because of he developed attachment to a deer, and he became a deer in his next birth, and then later in the consequent birth he became Jada Bharat. Now, as a conclusion to the entire episode of King Bharat, Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning in brief, He Maharaj, Panditagan সেই রাজর্ষি ভারতের সম্বন্ধে এইরূপ কীর্তন করিয়া থাকেন. My dear King Parikshit, great Rajarshis means Raja Rishi. Rishi means those who are Rishis and Munis. Raja means king. Kingly Rishi is not an ordinary Rishi. Bharat Maharaj, there are so many Rishis, but even though he was a king, he was a Rishi. Bharat Rishi. So, Rajarshi Bharater Sambandhe Irup Kirtan Koriya Thaken. All the great learned scholars and persons, they talk about Rajarshi Bharat in this manner. Makshikakul Jerup Pakshiraj Garuder Marganusarane Konomate Samartha Haina Serup এই পৃথিবীতে কোনো রাজাই এই পর্যন্ত মনের দ্বারাও ঋষভনন্দন রাজর্ষি ভরতের মার্গানুসারণে সমর্থ হয় নাই. Honeybee can never fly as high as a Garuda. What is Garuda in English? Garuda. Eagle. So, just like a honeybee cannot take the path that an eagle can take, Garuda can take. He can fly high, but honeybee cannot fly so high. In a similar manner, in no way there is a possibility that honeybee can ever become, or any bee can ever become Garuda. In a similar manner, in this material world, no king can equal Rajarsha Bharat. The son of Rishabhadev, Bharat, no one can be equal to Bharat, just like no bee can be equal to an eagle in this material world. So, he is telling that it is very, very difficult for any king to follow the path that King Bharat has taken. That which is very, very difficult to give up, he has given up. One other person we see is Ambarish Maharaj. He has also given up everything so easily for the purpose of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. King Janaka. Janaka also had got no attachment to, material things and the material world, though he was the ruler of Janakpuri. So there are very, very few kings who, have taken the path of, supreme welfare by giving up their material pleasures. Of course, King Parikshit also took up this path towards the end of his, life. But Parikshit, Sukadeva Goswami is telling to Parikshit, no one can equate the kind of, detachment, the kind of worship that he performed. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Bharater upakhyan upasanghar Korea, tahar mahima varnanai prachina ganer abhimato bolitechen. Now, while concluding about Bharat's narration, Sukadeva Goswami is singing the glories of King Bharat as spoken by the previous learned scholars. Entire Srimad Bhagavatam is repetition of the words of the devotees. We have to do Anukirtana. Anukirtana means to speak the glories as heard previously from the previous acharyas, not from the mind, analytical skills, intelligence, not from this. Whatever is spoken out of that cannot be called as Hari Katha. We have to sing the glories of Hari as heard by us from the previous acharyas. We just need to repeat. That is called Anukirtana. Repeat whatever has been heard. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we see many episodes, or almost all episodes, that Sukadeva Goswami is speaking here, is what has been previously explained by someone, some rishi or some muni, or Supreme Lord Krishna, or Vidura, or Yudhishthira, or Narada, whatever it is. Whatever has been previously explained, that is what is being repeated by Sukadeva Goswami. Because the entire parampara is about repeating what we heard from the previous acharyas. Out of our mental, capacity, we can, or we probably can, speak so many newer and newer things. But that will not bring welfare to the speaker nor to the listener. There is no, actual welfare lying there. Therefore, simply we have to repeat what we heard from the previous acharyas. Guru Maharaj used to say this in his Hari Kathas. It is the standing order of my Gurudev that wherever I go, I shall repeat whatever I have heard from Gurudeva, Guru Varga, and from the scriptures, and particularly from Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the quintessence of all scriptures. By so doing, my Gurudev ordered that you will bring your own welfare and welfare of others. Guru Maharaj said this. I approached Gurudev that I don't want to speak. When Guru Maharaj was a brahmachari, he was a new joinee in the mat. One day, Param Gurudev told Krishna Vallabh, that Guru Maharaj's name was Krishna Vallabh Brahmachari. Krishna Vallabh, you have to speak Hari Katha today. Then Guru Maharaj said, no, I cannot speak Hari Katha. Guru Maharaj said that I have good ears for Hari Katha. I was a very attentive listener and I used to sit in the first row for hearing Hari Katha. I was not last bencher. I was always sitting in the first row to hear Hari Katha. Very attentively I would hear. And he said that even when I was in my school and college days, many persons, I also joined some clubs. Many persons, wanted me to speak, but they could never make me speak anything. I never liked, he didn't want to give speeches or didn't like to speak. He was a good listener right from his birth. So, I said that no, I want to speak. I won't speak Harikatha. I will listen Harikatha. No, no, no. It is my order. You have to speak Harikatha today. Okay, what to do? He said that I am sitting and doing Sandhya Vandan, Annik, but I am perspiring. What will I speak today? What will I speak today? Big persons, not like these days, anything you speak is accepted. These days there are no persons who can speak Harikatha, unfortunately. Those days, Prabhupada's time, when our Gurudev was a brahmachari, new joinee, Prabhupada's stalwart disciples, Van Goswami Maharaj, Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, Puri Goswami Maharaj, Sant Goswami Maharaj, Parvat Goswami Maharaj, Giri Goswami Maharaj, Aranya Goswami Maharaj, stalwart devotees. What can a new person speak in front of them? If Guru Maharaj were to say sometime that, speak Harikatha in front of me, then, we would start trembling, what will I speak, So Guru Maharaj said, I was perspiring. I was sitting in doing my Annik, Sandhya Vandan, but I am not able to concentrate. Thinking, what will I do? How will I manage today? And then finally the time for Harikatha has come. Then he said that every day I sit in the front, that day I sit in the back. So that if Guru Maharaj doesn't see me, he will forget. I sat in the back. But in the Harikatha, Guru Maharaj told, hey, where is Krishna Vallabh? I was quiet. I didn't say anything. I was sitting quiet. I didn't say, yes, I am present. Then someone told, oh, he's sitting at the back. Oh, Krishna Vallabh, come speak Harikatha. Yes, trembling, heart is like, heartbeat increasing. Then finally Guru Maharaj said, I came there and then I don't know what to speak. I suddenly started speaking, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kari, Swaparshada Sviya Dhama Sahaya Avatari. I started speaking about Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Kirtan. Suddenly, what will I speak? But by mercy of Nityananda, I remembered, I spoke about it. After that, Guru Maharaj told, very nice Harikatha. I don't know, only to encourage me, he told very nice. So, in this manner, Guru Maharaj, was started to, give the, has been started by Param Gurudev to speak Harikatha. Then he said, later we went to Punjab. When we went to Punjab, then Guru Maharaj said, Krishna Vallabh, you have to speak Harikatha here. I said, no, I cannot speak Hindi. So I got an escape. No, I cannot speak Hindi. Then Guru Maharaj told, no, you speak whatever you know. No, I cannot speak Hindi. Okay, I was spared. Then one day, in Amritsar, Punjab, Amritsar, at that place, Guru Maharaj fell sick. Param Gurudev, our Param Gurudev, he fell sick. Or he exhibited the pastimes of being sick. 4 programs were arranged on that day in different parts of the city. Then Gurudev called me. Today I am sick. I cannot go. Programs have been arranged at 4 places. Therefore, you have to go and speak Harikatha. Gurudev told, please cancel the programs. Cancel the programs. I won't go. I cannot speak Hindi. No, program cannot be cancelled. They spent a lot of money for arranging this program. Whatever Hindi you know, broken Hindi you speak, but you have to go. Then I said, no, cancel the program. No cancellation of program, you have to go. I said that finally I had to go. And I don't know whether I spoke Hindi or Bengali, whatever it is, devotees clapped and whether they understood or not, I don't know. So from that point, then wherever Guru Maharaj took me, he started, to make me speak Harikatha. I told one day, Guru Maharaj, I can't speak Harikatha. I don't know anything. I want to hear. Then Guru Maharaj told that you have to speak whatever you have heard from your Gurudev, from your Guru Varga, from the scriptures, and particularly Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the quintessence of all scriptures, you have to repeat for your own welfare. If you speak from your own mind, from your own intelligence, then it will not benefit you, nor will it benefit the listeners. Therefore, if you speak whatever you heard, that is good for you as well as for the speaker. So therefore Guru Maharaj says, wherever I go, I try to remember what I heard from my Gurudev. I try to remember whatever I heard from my Guru Varga and repeat them for my welfare. Not that, I have come to speak or, make some devotees, but I have come here to remember whatever I have heard from my Guru Varga for my own welfare. This was the mood in which he would always speak Harikatha. I am bringing my own welfare. This was there in his blood always. Not like, I have to preach to them. I have to make them devotees. They are fools. That was never his mood. But, we think that though I am speaker, so I am more knowledgeable. The listeners, they still don't know. I have to make them, I have to preach to them. No, this is not the proper way of, Harikatha. The gopis, they are singing the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. They are not preaching. But their singing the glories, Yasham Harikatod Gitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. Their Harikatha, their singing of the glories will, purify all the three planets. They are not doing it to purify others. They are doing it for their own bliss. By remembering Krishna, by speaking about Krishna, their bliss is enhancing. This should be the mood. That is why when some devotees had come to most revered Puri Goswami Maharaj one time, that, Gurudev, we have conducted a very big program in France or whatever country, in Singapore. So many persons have attended. Preaching program went on so nicely. Some other person told Maharaj, there also we did this program, there also we did this program. Preaching is going on so nicely. Then most revered Puri Goswami Maharaj, he told, what prachar? What prachar? Do bhajan. As, Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana. Kirtana is one of the limbs of devotion. And by speaking Harikatha, I am performing one of the limbs of devotion. Sukadev Goswami has attained perfection by speaking Hari, about Hari. Therefore, and he called this as the topmost limb of devotion, speaking and hearing as the highest forms of devotion. Therefore, we should do it as that purpose, not for any other thing. So here, Sukadev Goswami is repeating whatever the previous great munis and rishis are telling, or learned scholars are telling about Bharat. Arshabhasya Rishabhadever putra Bharater Anavartma na arhati patha anusaran kurite kono rajai samartha hanna. There is no one equal to Raja Bharat. Nobody can take the path that King Bharat has taken. Karan Yogyatar Abhav, Abhav, because everyone is not eligible to follow the path that Raja, the King Bharat had taken. There is no eligibility. That is the reason. Just like Manasa Maner Dwara Chinta Kuriteu Saksham Honna আর কর্মের দ্বারা কি প্রকারে তাহার অনুগামী হইতে সমর্থ হইবেন. Even mentally also it is not possible. Forget about actually doing it. Even in the, through our mind, through our imagination, we cannot become like King Bharat. I mean, no king could become like Bharat, even in the imagination. Forget about actually doing it. Because an example has been given that a bee cannot fly as high and as far as an eagle can do, because it is beyond his capacity, beyond his eligibility. In a similar manner, no king can follow that which King Bharat has done, which actually indicates the extreme glory of King Bharat. It is not so easy. Even with little material possessions, we are not able to give up. A person who has got such a grand fame, by whose name the entire continent has been named. The entire continent has been named. By our name, even a street is not existing. Even our house is not existing by our name. Damodar Vilas is there? No, it's not there. Even if Damodar Vilas is there, it's someone else, not mine. Because he will say, oh, I have constructed this, I have given this name to my house. It's not your house because your name is written. You construct your own house and make Damodar Vilas or Villa 2 or Villa 5. So the thing is, even a house is not in our name, but we are not able to give up. But Raja Bharat has the entire continent written in his name. Later it has become, like subcontinents. Asia has become separate, India, China, all this. But it was all together when King Bharat was ruling. So entire continent was by his name. And to do such, to give up such a fame, such a name, such a property, such a prosperity, such a, family, children, it is not possible for everyone. Yo dustyajan darasutan suhridrajyam hridsprishaha jaho yuvaiva malavad uttama shloka lalasaha. Say Rajarshi Bharat, जवनई भगवत भावे आसक्त होइया मनोज्ञ स्त्री पुत्र सुहृद राज्य प्रभृति दुस्त्यज्य विषय सकल के विष्टातुल्य हे ज्ञाने अनायासे परित्याग करियाछिलेन. So what is that glory? What is it that Rajarshi Bharat did that others cannot do? That is being described that at a young age, Bharat did not do it at his infirmity, when he was totally old, when his body is not able to do anything, not at that age. At his young age, King Bharat had become completely detached from Manogya Stri, from a very, very sweet wife, order carrying wife, children, friends, kingdom, etc. Because he had got attachment to the Supreme Lord. Out of his attachment to Supreme Lord, at a very young age, King Bharat had given up his beautiful, sweet, order-carrying wife, children, friends, kingdom, prabhriti dustyajya vishay sakal, which are very, very difficult to give up. Who can give up all these things? Nobody can give up any of these things. There is in Hitopanishad, our most revered Gurudev used to say that if one has sufficient wealth, one will be happy. The principle for being happy is mentioned in Hitopadesh. If a person has lots of wealth, he will be very happy. But then it says that simply having wealth is not sufficient, one should have good health also. Because wealth is there but health is not so good, then he will not be or she will not be happy. Therefore, along with wealth, good health is also required. But then after that it says that even good health is not sufficient if the wife is not sweetly speaking, if the wife is not order carrying. So along with wealth and health, you also need a good wife. But that is not sufficient. You should have nice order carrying children also. Because if your children are not listening to what you are saying, if they are naughty, mischievous, they are bringing complaints from neighbors, then that will also not give any happiness. Or if the child is not studying properly, his future is in dark, then also there is no happiness. So it is said that one should have wealth, good health, very sweet speaking wife, and order carrying children. Then one will be very happy. This is there in Hitopanishad. But our Guru Maharaj says how these are a cause of problem also. slowly, Wealth is a problem, health is a problem, good wife is a problem, and order carrying children also problem. Because when these are there, attachment will be there. Death will come. Now either your wife will die before or you will die before. Your wife is so sweetly speaking, she is always serving you, she is always, attached to you, and then Yamaraj comes, no, I have to take your wife away, or I have to take you away. You say, no, please give me some more time. How can I leave my beautiful wife? If I go, then whom will she depend on? Who will take care of her? This poor lady, how can she sustain without me? So there is attachment. So materially, if we see, if one says that this is the pleasure principle, happiness principle, to have good wife, good children, and wealth and health. When it comes to spiritual benefit, they are curse. They are a curse when it comes to spiritual welfare, because one develops attachment. So it is very, very difficult to give up such attachments. But Vishtatulya Heyajnane Anayase Parityag Kuryachilan. But Raja Bharat, King Bharat, had given up all these things just like a lump of stool, without any worry. Just like a lump of stool, all these things have been given up at a very young age, because of his attachment to Krishna, to the Supreme Lord. Therefore, it is said that nobody can, even imagine in the remotest part of their dream that they can become like King Bharat. Forget about actually doing. Okay, so we will stop here and continue tomorrow. Purport is there, little purport. We'll read it tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki jai. Paramaradyatam Patita Pavana Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Leela Pravishthom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhava Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jagat Guru Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrind ki jai. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय. श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय. श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी एवं परीक्षित महाराज की जय. श्री राजर्षि भरत की जय. भरत उपाख्यान की जय. समागत हरि कथा श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय. श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.